Like to draw. Centers.
My thing is PE.
So can I just talk for you a minute? Do you guys get to write a lot?
Yeah.
Do you get to draw pictures? Get to draw stories?
Yeah.
You like PE a lot? Okay. Do you have lots of energy?
Yes, because it's my specialty.
It's your specialty?
I
I think that's pretty good. Does anybody else have a specialty? Someone's specialty is PE. I think it's probably because do you have a lot of energy? You do. Who else has a specialty? I love that word, specialty. What's your specialty?
Recess. My specialty is recess.
What's your specialty?
Recess.
Who else has a specialty? What's your specialty? What is it? Oh, recess. Anybody have? Well, let me tell you. Can I tell you my specialty?
What?
Writing stories, telling stories, drawing stories. That's my specialty.
It's reading.
Anybody else have a specialty like mine?
I have reading.
Oh, anybody have a reading specialty? What's your specialty?
Doing journals.
Oh, that's my specialty too, doing journals. So do you get to write in your journals often?
We get to do stories in our journal.
And you know what I was thinking? I was looking at this right here. Is this something you use? Let me think. Can I quiz you? Can I quiz you on something? Does anybody know a question on the card?
Yeah.
Who knows one question? Let's see some hands. Who knows a question on this card? Because this card helps us tell stories. What's one question on this card? If there is a speech bubble in there, and the question is, did you say anything? What's another question? So his speech bubble's on there. What's another question on this card?
Who's there?
Who's there?
Yeah, who is there? Does somebody have to be in your story?
Yeah.
Oh, always, always, always?
Always you.
That's right, that you're gonna write a story that has you in there. Okay, so did you say anything, a speech bubble? Who was there? What's another question? And me, am I in my story? I am gonna be in my story. What's another question?
Happy or sad?
Oh, are you happy or sad? And out here it says, how did you feel? And let me think about my story I'm gonna write today. Oh, I know. Have you ever been frustrated?
Yeah.
The story I'm gonna write, the feeling is, I'm frustrated. What is frustrated?
It
means you're mad.
Well, not really mad.
It means you're a little bit mad.
A little bit mad, maybe a little bit sad, right? Something happens that you can't control. Sometimes I get frustrated.
Like a little bit medium percent of angry.
Yeah. 1% angry, yeah, that could be. Yeah. All right. So anyways, I use this card and I'm gonna ask myself the question, what happened? Who was there? Where did it happen? And I'm gonna look at my words too. Do you know any words on here?
Those are some sight.
How about this? Some sight words?
Yeah, those are the ones those are the sight words.
Okay. How about the word, I'm thinking about the word on here. Who knows how to spell me?
M-E.
M-E. How about the word my?
M-Y.
Here's an easy one. How about the word I?
I.
All right. You want something even harder?
Yeah.
All right. Spell me again.
M-E.
M-E. If you can spell me that looks like this, right? Is that me?
Yeah.
How do you spell the word he?
H-E.
Look at this. Look at what's the same?
E.
Yeah. How about if there's the word, what's this word? Spells me. What's this word? What's this word?
We.
Yeah, we. All right, you guys are very smart. You ready for me to write my story?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I want you to do. Can you move over there on an orange spot? Can you move on an orange spot so you can all see? And then I want you all facing me. Oh, you know what? I forgot what I was going to do first. You know what I brought for you? I brought one of my favorite books. Can I read this book to you before I write my story?
I want you to write the story first.
I think I want to read my book first. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I think you're going to like this book. This book, I want you all to push up a little bit closer, will you? Can you all scoot up so you can see the book? I want you to see the pictures. They might be hard to see. The name of this book is called Deep in the Forest. Have you ever been in the forest?
Yeah. I've been in the forest.
Have you been in the forest walking? All right, well, let's see what happens in this forest because who's our character in this one?
A bear.
A big bear or a baby bear?
It's a baby bear.
And what is that baby bear doing? He is kind of hiding, but is he?
He's staring.
You think he's hunting? He's kind of hiding behind a tree, but do you know what he's doing? He's peeking.
I know what that says. Can I taste it?
What do you think he's peeking at?
A bear. A bear.
What do you think he's peeking at?
A person.
You think he's peeking at a person? Shall we find out what he's peeking at?
Yeah.
Remember, what's the name of this book?
Bear.
Welcome.
In the forest.
Deep in the Forest. Right. You ready for read this? And again, here's the title page, and the name of this book is Deep in the Forest. Let's find out about what that bear is peeking at. Okay, look at who's this right here?
A big bear.
I know.
Mama bear.
I say no. I say it's not the mother bear.
Daddy bear.
I say it's the daddy bear.
Mommy bear.
All right, so there they were, the mother or the father, right? And look at who are these bears right here?
They're fighting. Sisters.
Yeah, I think they're brothers and sisters. And look at him right over here. Do you think this is the baby bear peeking?
Yeah.
And you can't see it, but he's peeking right over here. He sees something. Should we find out what he sees?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to get in trouble?
No. I think he is.
I think he is too. Because when in stories, is there trouble sometimes in stories?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Let's read this. So here he is. He's creeping along the ground, and look what he's doing. He's getting close to what?
House.
He sees a cabin deep in the forest.
I used to be in a cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
All right, now I want to tell you there are no words in this book. Do you know who's going to be making up the story?
You.
I'm going to be looking at the pictures and thinking about what's the story in my head, right?
Excuse me. What is that word?
This is, well, just some words in there about the story a little bit. I don't know. But we're not going to look at the words at all. How's that? We just tell the story? Okay. One day, the baby bear was investigating deep in the forest, and he came upon a cabin. And when he got close to the cabin, guess what was open?
The door.
The front door was wide open, so he walked in. He was very careful as he investigated this cabin, but he pushed the door open a little bit wider, and he came in, and he started looking around. He saw the kitchen. He poked his head in the bedroom, and he kept thinking, no one's home. This looks like a great place. And all of a sudden, he started smelling. He was like this. And he smelled something pretty good. So all of a sudden, he noticed some bowls on the table. So he jumped up. And the first one he came to was the great big bowl. And he said, he stuck his nose in there, and as soon as he took a bite of it, he said, this one is too hot. And he stopped eating it. Do you know a story like this? Mm-hmm. What was he eating, do you think? What's in the bowl?
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. I think oatmeal. He was eating oatmeal. It was too hot. He burned his mouth. So he went to which bowl?
The medium bowl.
The medium-sized bowl, and he started eating out of that.
Cold.
And that's exactly right. He said, that one's way too cold. So he said, well, I'm going to try this little one. And it was just right. He goes, this is perfect. So he gobbled all the oatmeal down as fast as he could. And as soon as he was done, he jumped down. And as he jumped down, the bowl went crashing to the floor. Anyways, he goes, he saw the chairs over there. And the first one he saw that looked pretty neat was
The big one.
the great big one. And he thought, oh, and he climbed up there and he started, sitting on there. And look what happened. Do you know what happened to him as he sat in that big chair?
Too hard.
Okay, you know what happened? Can you see? Look at his head.
He got stuck.
He got stuck. He got his head stuck in the back of the chair. He said, this chair isn't any fun. So he tried sitting on the medium-sized chair, and look what happened to him. What happened? He kept sliding off. The chair was much too... It was much too slippery. He kept sliding off, and he said, this chair is not much fun. And then he saw the little one, and you know what kind of a chair it was? It was a rocking chair. And he said, this one is perfect. And he rocked and rocked until what happened?
It broke.
It broke. It broke into a million pieces. And that just kind of scared him. He broke the bowl, he broke the chair, and he thought, oh, I better go check out the rest of the room. So he went and he crept into the bedroom, and he decided to check out the bedroom. What do you think? Make your prediction. What's the first thing you're going to go to?
Big one.
You think so? The big what?
Big
You
bed.
think so? So there he was. He went, that's exactly right. He went to the big bed and he started, oh, I'm going to jump. It looks like fun. So he tried to jump, but it was much too hard. He couldn't jump. It wasn't any fun. So he decided to go to, he decided to go to the medium bed, but it was way too fluffy. It was way too soft. Look what happened. All the feathers started flying out all over the place. But he was having a little fun, and then finally he saw the little bitty bed, right? He said, oh, this one looks good. So do you know what he did?
Lay down.
He went up under the cover and fell fast asleep, right? Snoring away until who came home?
The human.
The humans came home. That's exactly right. The mother human, the father human, and the little girl human, right? They all came home. And as soon as they got in there, they said, wait a minute, something doesn't look right. Something looks amiss. Which means what? If something's amiss.
A bear.
Something doesn't look right, right? And they looked around, and all of a sudden, they couldn't see anything, but the father came over to his bowl and he said, honey, it looks like somebody's been eating my oatmeal. And the mother said, mine too. I think somebody's been eating mine. And this is my favorite part right here. The little girl's like this. Somebody's been eating my oatmeal and they broke my bowl. Just like that. And then the father immediately saw the chair. And they saw his chair. He saw that it was a kind of some broken things on there. And he said, honey, somebody's been sitting on my chair. And the mother said, mine too. Somebody's been slipping on my chair. Who's coming up next? The little girl, guess what she's going to be doing? What is she going to see? Is she going to see her broken chair? What's she going to be doing? I know, Mom, Dad, look at, somebody's been sitting in my chair and they broke it into pieces, into a million pieces. Well, all of a sudden they started getting very nervous and they said, let's go, we better go check out the bedroom. So the dad went in first and he looked and he said, haha, somebody has been in my bed. And the mother said, mine too.
The little girl's gonna be like,
That's exactly what happened. The little girl screamed, ah! Somebody's been in my bed and they're still there. Well, the mother and the father started chasing the baby bear. The mother got the broom and she started swatting that baby bear. The poor baby bear didn't know what was going on. He was so scared and he ran around the room screaming. And all of a sudden, that was good. The door was left wide open and he ran out back into the forest. And you know what he did? He hid in a log for the longest time until the coast was clear. What does that mean? The coast is clear.
nobody's there.
Nobody's there. That's exactly right. And when he thought when he thought it was safe, he came out. And he was a little nervous until what happened? Who showed up?
Family.
I know. His dad showed up, and the brother and the sister, and he felt better. And do you think he left them? Did he go far? Did he go off investigating again?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Do you think he will?
Yeah.
Anyways, did you like that story?
Yeah.
What story was that like?
It was like.
What was that? What story is this like?
Like Goldilocks and the little.
Yeah, it was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but it was a little bit different, wasn't it? What was your favorite part?
Go up, go.
Who has a favorite part? Raise your hand. Who had a favorite part? What was your favorite part?
The bear go to the cabin.
All right, when he went to that, what was he doing with that cabin? Do you remember?
I love the part where he's peeking at the
When he's peeking, and then when he went to the cabin, wasn't he investigating?
And my favorite part that he was lame, that he was so cute, and when his family came home.
Oh, when they came home, and they knew something was wrong, didn't they?
I like the chase into like.
Mhm.
Yeah, like.
Okay.
That was me.
Anybody else have? Okay. How about if I tell my story? You want to hear a story about me?
Yes.
This was a story. Was this a real story or a made-up story?
Yes.
It was a made-up story. The story I'm going to tell you is a real story. It's something that happens to me all the time. Can I tell you this? And do you remember what feeling do I have?
Happy.
I'm frustrated.
But you have to build people like this.
Okay? Okay, can I tell you why I'm frustrated?
Wow.
Any of you have a dog at home?
No.
I love my dog. Do you love your dog?
Yeah.
But my dog makes me frustrated sometimes. Can I tell you why he makes me frustrated? Well, first of all, my dog, Sammy, is so smart. Do you know what he can do?
What?
He can do lots of tricks. He can sit. He can lay down. He can roll over. And my favorite, he can dance. I know. So, but you know what he can't do? I'm going to tell you what he doesn't do, and this is what makes me frustrated. Can I tell you the story? Okay. So let me think about my story right here. And so the first thing I have to do is this. I'm going to do this. I have to draw my line. Do you guys draw your line? Does your teacher draw her line?
Yeah.
What goes up here?
The picture.
What goes down here?
The word.
What do I do first?
Make the picture.
Always, always, always?
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly. And how many things need to be in my picture?
6.
No. Nope. Nope.
Door.
I have to make sure I have how many things in my picture?
3.
3. I have to make sure I'm in the picture. I have to make sure you know if my story happens inside or outside. And something needs to happen. That's 3 things. Can I show you my 3 things?
Yeah.
All right. So see if you know if my story's inside or outside. Let's stay at the top, and I'm going to go down like this.
House. You're outside.
Is that a house?
It's a crowd.
Is that a house?
No.
No. Oh. And it's going to be this.
What is it?
A door.
What kind of a door is it?
A front door.
It is a front door. Is it a closed door or an open door? It is an open door. So it's an open door, and then if I did this,
You're outside.
I am outside. How do you know I'm outside?
The sun.
I have the sun.
You have to do different colors.
I do? Well, I'm just going to do black and white. Can I just do black for this?
No.
All right, so I'm outside, there's an open door, and every time, here's why I get frustrated. Every time the door gets open, do you know what my smart dog Sammy does?
No.
This.
One out.
Make an oval, like this, which is, what is this oval for?
The dog.
What part of the dog?
Body.
His body. What shape should I use for his head?
A circle.
I will. I'll use a circle for his head. And there's his head. And then he has to have, is that so far so good?
Feet.
Are you happy with the head?
No.
What's wrong with the head?
It's like a U.
It is kind of like a U. What's wrong with that? What do I have to do with this head?
You have to do it to the end.
I do have to do it at the end. Can I leave it open?
No.
Because what happens if you leave a hole in your head?
It'll hurt.
Does your brain fall out?
Yes.
All right. We can't, because did I tell you, does Sammy have a good brain?
Yes.
He does, except for this. So anyways, watch this. Tell me when it's a perfect circle.
Perfect.
No, that's not perfect.
Oh, it is perfect. So anyways, this is what Sammy does every time the door is open. And this is what he looks like before I put all this on him. because this is kind of what he looks like. And he's got a spot on his back, and he's got a bushy tail, just like this. Anyways, this is Sammy, and this is what he does every time a door is open.
Runs out.
He runs out, he runs away. I know, he can roll over, he can sit, and every time a door is open, he bolts out of the door and runs away.
You should keep the door
But-
closed.
But, watch this, because who needs to be in my story now?
You.
Do you know how I get him back?
Yeah. You grab
Watch this, watch this. What looks like a C?
Your head.
All right, so let me know when my head's perfect.
And your body. No.
Yes.
How about my body? Is it perfect yet? All right, watch this.
Perfect.
All right, so usually what happens, the first thing I do is Sammy, the door's open, I run out after him, I go like this. Sammy! Just like that. Do you think he comes back?
No.
He does not. So this is what I look like. And this is how you know it's me. Do I have a lot of hair or a little hair? A little hair. And so you know that's me, and I can also, how else can you know that's me? What do I do? Emmy spells.
Me.
Uh-huh. And what can I put over Sammy? So you know it's Sammy.
Sam.
I can put Sam. Sam. What's he start with?
S.
S. Like, let me look on here. What picture's on the S?
Sock.
What is it?
Sock.
It's like socks. So I'm going to go like this. Sammy. Just like that. So that's Sammy. Anyways.
And then you find him?
Well, first I go like this. Sammy! So I have to put a speech bubble. Do you guys know about speech bubbles?
Yes.
And
Can you do an exclamation?
I'm going to do an exclamation mark, just like this. Yep. Because why am I using an exclamation mark?
That means a little bit louder.
Yeah, I was yelling for him. But, does he come back?
No.
No? So do you know what I have to do?
What?
I have to take out my secret weapon.
The leash.
It's not the leash. I have a secret
It's a
weapon.
dog.
Do you want to know what my secret weapon?
It's a donkey road.
What is it?
A doggy
Nope.
road.
He doesn't like dog bones.
Toy.
He doesn't like them. Ready? You ready to find out?
A squeaky toy.
All right, let me see.
Sneaky toy.
I'm trying to be neat with my writing. What's this word?
Sammy.
It is Sammy, because look at it. It's right here, it's right here, it's right here. Sammy.
Come back.
Oh, I know.
Come back.
Sammy always comes
Back.
just like what? Picture is this. Just like that. What letter is that? C. Watch this. Sammy always comes. Okay, if it's the word back, what letter are you going to see?
B.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Let me just check. Do you think it's going to be the word back? Sammy always comes back. What letter is that?
C.
Do you think this could be the word back?
Yes.
It is. Sammy always comes back.
Tell us
When-
your weapon.
I know, I'm going to tell you right now. When I show him, like
H.
what picture?
H.
All right, show him. Oh, the word the. The. How do I?
H-E.
T-H-E. You sure? Everybody, let's spell it. Ready? Go.
H-E.
Spells.
The.
Sammy always comes back
Tell us
when I show him the.
secret weapon.
The secret weapon, which is this right here.
weapon called? Is it
It's-
a knife?
It isn't. You know what my secret weapon is?
What?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Sammy likes cheese. So I go out there, when I call him, I go like this, Sammy. Doesn't come back until I go like this. I pull it out of my pocket, I go, look what I have, Sammy. And then he comes running back. And that's where, and I'll make this. Because also in my pocket, I probably have this hanging out too.
Leash.
His leash, because when he comes back and I give him the cheese, I hitch the leash back on him. That's my story. What do you
Why
think?
can't it just fall on him?
Hmm?
Can't it get through his head?
What do you mean?
Through his head.
No. I just put the leash on him. All right, who can come up and tell my story? Who can read my story for me? I just want to put it lower so you can see. Who can read my story? You. Come up and see me. What's your name? Come up here. All right, come here, sir. What's your name?
Braden.
Braden. Did you like my story? What was your favorite part of my story? The secret weapon. Did you like the secret weapon? What's the secret weapon? All right, let me see. Do you have a reading finger? Let me see your reading finger. Is this your reading finger right there? This one right here? Can I see your reading finger just like that? All right. Can you go up and I want you to sit right back there. I want you to go point to the first word. Can you point to that first word for me, Braden? Ready? Ready? Let's read this together. Ready? Let's look at the picture. Remember my story. Sammy always comes,
Back.
let him do it, back when I show him. Yes,
T.
I know, good job. Wait a minute. Now no, Braden, don't go yet. Let me see 2 fingers, like this. I want you to go up and put 2 fingers around the word I. Can you find the word I? 2 fingers around the word I. Let's 2 fingers around the word I. Look at there. Here, let's look on the card. Look at right here. That's what I looks like, Braden. Can you find the word I? Put 2 fingers. Oh, look at him check. He's looking. Look at this word right here. Can you see a word just like that, Braden? There's one. Give me another one. That's a big I, capital I. There it is right there. Good man. All right. Let's have one more person come up. You. Come on up, my dear. Let me see you. What's your name? Anna?
Sienna.
Oh. Did you like my story?
Yes.
Okay. What was your favorite part? He did. He always runs away. He's so smart, except for when that door is open. I think he loses his brains when that door gets open. What do you think? Okay. You ready to get? Do you have a reading finger? All right. I love it. Where are you going to start to read? Can you point? Tell me where you start to read. Where do you start? Okay. Do you know that first word?
Sam.
Okay. Let's read together. Ready? Sammy. Okay. Now I want the 2 fingers. You have 2 fingers, and I want you to find the word. I haven't told you yet. No. Ready? Look at me. The word the. Spell it for your friends.
T-H-E.
All right. Now turn around and look at your friends. Now spell it for them again.
T-H-E.
Spells.
No.
All right. Slow down a little bit and spell it one more time.
T-H-E.
T-H-E spells.
Stop.
All right. You ready for one more? Yes, one more. Take your 2 fingers and put them around the word back. And now spell the word back. Do you think you can turn around now and try to spell it without looking? Do you want to peek? Go peek. Okay, tell them one more time. Spells. Good job. All right, you guys did a good job. They have Do they have time to write today, or should they worked hard enough? Do they have time to do some writing?
Yeah.
I thought we just take an assessment sample right now. Is that okay? Do they have some paper?
Yeah, the boys and girls can
Listen to your teacher for a minute.
Put your eyes right here, please. Can I just have everybody pick their own square in 3, 2, 1, 0. Point to your legs. How are they sitting? Crisscross. If you're still standing, get your square. That's how we're going to send you to tables. So surrender if you can select where you're standing. Okay. I want all the kindergartners to look at the ceiling, look at the floor, look at your teacher. If you are sitting on an orange square, I want you to please stand up and get a seat at the big table with your hands in your lap. I like how you